Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Air Canada Centre. So,
They could still call it that.
as you know, there's been a reoccurring theme that I thoroughly have enjoyed throughout the existence of this show. Yeah, Alphabet Entertainment Worldwide. Ever since the introduction of the television championship, I like
Synchronicity.
opening the show the way that I close the show.
Yeah.
And so last week, the show closed with the television champion,
Indeed.
Maven Huffman, retaining against Hulk Hogan. And so tonight we open with the LLC coming out with Maven. And the thing is that in this match, in Maven's defense of the television title, yes, there are 6 men in the LLC, but the man that Maven is taking on, he is not just huge, and he doesn't care that he used to be a knight in Regal's Counter Threat.
Yeah. I'm following.
Why this matters is because Test is from Canada.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
when his music hits, and this is a test,
This is a
when it hits, the crowd goes wild because they know, hey, not only was he a good guy last week, not only did King William turn on him last week, but Test is challenging for the television title. We might see a hometown hero come away with a championship.
Damn, it's not a dream.
And here's the thing, Test, he wants to prove to his hometown crowd, his beloved fans,
About to say his friends and family.
everybody, he wants to prove he's not a dummy. He said he's not LA now, but he's like, yeah, I'm not a dummy.
Yeah.
And so before he even gets off of the stage, he looks out to the crowd. He points to his head, he says, I'm smart. And then he points to the back, and he waves out, and here comes Lance Storm.
He's got a friend.
And so
Another Canadian.
The former Bishop Storm, he comes out, and he puts out his hand, and Test shakes his hand. And it's not Knight Test, and it's not Bishop Storm. Tony Chimmel says, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada,
Feels right.
Lance Storm, Whitby, Canada, Test, and the crowd goes wild because it's Canada. And so this,
I don't know. Canada's Bizarro Land. There's no guarantee.
I'm gonna be confident that they would rather cheer for their hometown boys
Over Maven.
Well, I was gonna say the New York-based stock playing.
Cow eating.
Well, it was Americana
Yeah.
faction of the LLC.
Fair enough.
Because if there's one thing that
Other
Canada,
countries hate, it's America.
I was gonna say, if there's one thing Canada is for sure gonna be against, it's American prosperity or whatever in this
I'm
storyline.
about to say, et cetera, et cetera.
The match is heavily in Test's favor because he is
Double the size of Maven.
not just that, but also the crowd is so on his side. But Lance Storm is only one human being.
Yes.
And every time he tries to, and successfully, mind you, keep either Doug Basham at bay or Orlando Jordan away, there's always somebody else to help Maven get the upper hand on Test.
Indeed.
And the thing is, like, even though Test is bigger than most members of the LLC, I would say he's similar in size to the head of the table when it comes to this group, that being JBL. It is roughly 2-on-6, and so with that, Maven is able to implement his version of JBL's Clothesline from Hell after JBL uses every underhanded tactic to help him retain. Whatever it takes. Yeah, and so Maven retains the television title to open the show.
Good for him.
And, you know, like I said, Lance did his best. He's working babyface, clearly. Test, he's not really so much working babyface, but he's not doing bad things. He's just being powerhouse. Yeah. He was just being a powerhouse.
I'm about to say, you can be a babyface powerhouse.
Oh,
it's a lot more work. But...
Yes, yeah. But, like I said, he wasn't very sympathetic, is my point. He
wasn't old school babyface.
Yes.
I gotcha.
If he was any old school babyface, it would have been the Hulk Hogan variety where you're
dominating for 90% of the match.
Exactly. And then... You can kill us about the rules.
Yeah.
So up next, I'm gonna bring something higher on the card because in my notes it says that we get a Mark Henry career retrospective, but as you know, we already did that, so we're not doing that. What we're doing is Sho Funaki is doing a sit down with Mark Henry at his home.
Oh, I love that.
And so Mark Henry, you can see all his memorabilia behind him,
medals,
championships, all the good stuff. And I mean, heck, might even be doing it in his gym, in his home gym, because this guy is a world breaker. He is
the world's strongest
man, Olympian, all that. So
it's actual child.
He does it all. It's a way to continue to hype up his return. And so after that, we see Shannon Moore taking on Jamie Noble. And I did this match because I am a big fan of Shannon Moore. I think that he was one of the most unloved children of the WCW inheritance.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
That the WWE brought in. Even when he got a feud with CM Punk in the revived ECW era, he was not treated right. So
I forgot that happened.
So I have this match because, as you know, Jamie does nothing but put on excellent wrestling matches in...
Kind of the only thing he knows how to do.
And so while Jamie is wrestling Shannon, not only are the Iron Addicts watching on, but so is Matt Hardy. And so this one-on-one affair has so much outside
investment.
I'm going to say seeming undertones of flirtation. Because Matt, as you may recall last week, abandoned the version 1 promotional material he was wearing. And this week he's wearing an Iron Addicts logoed shirt.
Yeah, that sounds like that.
And so after Jamie Noble hits a headbutt on Shannon Moore and goes up to in ring, Glasgow Kiss style headbutt. Goes up to the top, hits a diving headbutt, pins 1, 2, 3. Jamie is working his way, so he celebrates, but he's working his way up the ramp. And so before he can even get to where the Iron Addicts were watching on, Matt Hardy bumps into Jamie as he goes to the ringside, goes toward the ring. And so the Iron Addicts leave before Jamie can cross paths with him, because as you know, he still is out for blood for them. And so Jamie goes to the back, but Matt goes to the ring, and he helps up Shannon, and he pulls a shirt out of his pants pocket, because he's got those big baggy pockets. And he hands it to Shannon, and when he opens it, it's not a version 1, it's not a Matt Hardy shirt, it's an Iron Addict shirt. And Shannon's like, what are you doing? Like,
how is this?
Why is... And so Shannon pushes off Matt Hardy, and Matt is irate. He is taken aback, right? But when Shannon turns his back on him, that's when Matt jumps him from behind.
There you go.
Throws him into the ring post from the inside of the ring. So he's, I think Rey Mysterio's actually taken this bump before. You throw him at it, and he hits the ring post and falls to the outside. Shannon is capable of doing this.
Yeah, okay.
And so when he's on the outside, then Matt boots Shannon's head into the steel steps as they're in that proximity.
Brutal.
And so at this point, we hear, stand back, there's a hurricane coming through. But Shane Helms, the Hurricane, does not do his normal cape stuff, posing, none of this. No, he
doesn't do the Jeff Hardy, the dance while his brothers are getting beat up.
Exactly. No, he runs out, and he not only does he stop Matt from assaulting Shannon, but he tells Matt, get in the ring. You and me, we're doing this right now.
Okay.
And so, and Matt, he doesn't care. He's like, that's fine. I beat him up, I'll beat you up, it's fine.
I'm about to say, hands for everybody.
And so Matt, basically here to prove that he deserves the adoration that the Iron Addicts gave to Jamie Noble.
Right. So
the love that they had for Jamie's winning ways inspires Matt to go, I'm going to just say, all in on the assault on the Hurricane. So much so that Matt both rips off Hurricane's mask and bloodies his head.
Damn.
And so Matt,
unscripted violence,
is he sees what he did to Hurricane, and he's almost like Martha Wayne from Flashpoint, where he's laughing, he's smiling. He doesn't put it on his face like Martha does.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
But he does the traditional rub it on the chest.
There you go.
And at this point, he now flexes because he's trying to get in the Iron Addicts, right?
Makes sense.
And so
I'm assuming he tore his shirt off at some point in all this.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And probably choked Hurricane with it while he's at it.
There you go.
So Matt Hardy hits a side effect, 1-2, picks up Hurricane, hits a twist of fate, 1-2, then he gets that devilish grin, picks him up, elbows him in the head, goes up to the top, hits his big leg drop.
Okay.
Then Matt covers Hurricane, 1-2-3. Matt Hardy defeats the Hurricane, and Shannon's outside knocked out, or outside the ring, still knocked out from the
laying
steel
out there
steps.
the whole time. Great.
And so, yeah, it's
no medical staff or nothing. Terrible job, WWE or AEW.
well, so we can say people checked on him,
sure,
right? That's actually reasonable. So, but my point was, I was just trying to
just insinuate the domination of Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I wanted to show that he is
trying to kiss up to the Iron Addicts.
Yeah, he's trying to prove that I am hunky Hardy. He's like,
hunky Hardy.
I'm what you,
I have muscles, dang it.
I'm what you've been looking for this whole time.
Yeah.
So much so that Matt grabs the microphone and says to the Iron Addicts, he says,
I'm what you've been looking for this whole time.
I'm what you've been looking for. And he says, embrace me. And so he stays there. He stays to the ring, and that's when the Iron Addicts come out. And they actually do. So Val...
I can actually view Matt doing all this.
So Val he hugs Matt with the blood on his chest.
Yeah.
Johnny...
absolutely disgusting. No sense.
Johnny's not really for that, so he just raises his arm.
He's like, he did good.
And so Mark tells them to put him on their shoulders, and they do. And so Mark Jindrak now poses down with them holding Matt aloft. And so
Miss Elizabeth style.
Miss Elizabeth style, exactly. So we, like I said, it's a crazy, weird, unusual way, but now the Iron Addicts have grown to a group of 4.
One step closer.
This was important because when we lost Crash Holly last week, I was like, what's the point of keeping Shannon and Matt together when I don't have a duos division?
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, yeah, it's just a way to keep Matt on television. And realistically, he's instantaneously the best promo of the faction.
Yeah.
And so...
Buy a country mom.
And so that is where we go to break. It's like weird, crazy, off the wall, but it's a thing that makes sense. You know, the Canadian crowd thinks they're all egomaniacs, piece of crap.
Bizarro.
Boo them out of the building.
Yeah.
And so But for the first time all night, the crowd, because they were for the babyface when it was Test. They were for the babyface when it was Jamie Noble.
Absolutely.
But for the first time, I mean, let's be real, they were for the babyface when it was Hurricane. But for the first time tonight, the crowd is no longer on the side of the good guy.
Because the good guy is...
So, Tajiri makes his way out,
And
and he comes to the ring with Funaki, who he has working in a very Mr. Fuji type role.
Okay. Very
so,
managerial. Gotcha.
Managerial. So he's SmackDown's #1 announcer, but during this match, at the start of the match, Bill Goldberg's music hits. He makes his way out,
Okay.
and the crowd boo Bill Goldberg. And subsequently, the crowd cheers when Funaki throws the salt into Bill's eyes.
He literally is just taking Mr. Fuji.
That's why I said he's playing the role of Mr. Fuji here.
Gotcha.
Tonight.
Okay.
So, when Tajiri...
At least the person he's sponsoring is actually Japanese.
Correct. And so,
big change.
When Goldberg is blinded, Tajiri hits a buzzsaw kick to his head.
Yeah.
And Bill he's working...
I'm about to say, trying to see.
Yeah, working to try and see.
My eyes.
And Tajiri drops a knee on Goldberg's head while he's down from the buzzsaw kick. Tajiri goes for a pin. 1-2, Goldberg kicks out. Big powerful kick out.
Yep.
But when Goldberg kicks out, Funaki gets on the apron. And the referee's like, oh, get down. That's when Tajiri missed Goldberg in the eyes. And again, goes for a big kick. But this time, Goldberg, he is within close proximity. And he thrust kicks Tajiri in the head.
Damn.
And Goldberg falls to the mat, feels Tajiri's leg, pins him 1, 2, 3, wins with the thrust kick because of A, it's what ended Bret Hart's career, and B, he's already been blinded twice, so he's not going to go do all his high spots.
Do a triple backflip into a spear.
And the crowd goes ballistic. They boo him out of the building. They hate this. They're not happy. So, while that is happening, while the chaotic craziness, we flash to the back. We see Stephanie McMahon in her office,
of course,
and she is having a very important meeting between Eddie Guerrero, Intercontinental Champion, and Rey Mysterio. She says, guys, I know you were on the highest of highs in this year, and you've had some really low lows with Chavo going out with injury. Rey, you lost your television title, but I know that what you have to offer SmackDown is more than the faction. It's not just a three-man group. You can show your dominance in a different way. And Eddie's all, intrigued. And Ray's like, what are you talking about? How do we show our dominance by not being a three-man group of dominance?
Right.
She says, well, I'm proposing a best-of-5 series.
Ooh,
so, not until the end will we know who will walk away as Intercontinental Champion. In the meantime, while we have these matches, whether it be, a 3 sweep or, we go to 5, whatever it takes, we're gonna have Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero over the next few weeks.
Oh, that match never sucks, so that's good.
And here's the thing. The winner, who is Intercontinental Champion, will defend inside Elimination Chamber at SummerSlam.
Oh, cool.
And so it's just a way to build up the Intercontinental title to be relevant for the next few weeks. And then at the pay-per-view, whomever is champion will defend against 5 challengers.
Nice.
And so it's just a way to keep everything important.
Yeah, keep the cogs moving. I got you.
And so after this parlay, this setup,
this powwow, meeting,
yes,
whatever you want to call it,
we go to ringside where
that's the 5 Ray and Eddie. That's gonna be good.
Yes. So,
all right, what's happening in the ringside?
It's time for our main event match, where formerly known as King William, now just right back to William Regal, is taking on Lance Storm one-on-one.
Oh, cool.
And so, in this encounter, the best first generation is seen looking on and watching almost with a recruiting eye, because they've always had interest.
Checking Lance Storm out.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
interest in Lance being a part of their group.
Yep.
They are, like I said, they're watching in the back.
Yeah.
But while the match is taking place, Terry Reynolds makes her way out to ringside. Because if you remember right, last week she was taken down,
yeah.
not just by Regal, but also by McMahon. And so, as the match is going on, she is noticeably
distraught.
And she thinks to herself, she's like, you know what? I'm wearing these high heels. She takes one off and she slides in the ring. And so when she slides in the ring, William Regal grabs it and shoves it right into Lance Storm's eye. Lance wins by disqualification, but Terry then smiles, gets in the ring, and embraces William Regal. And so she drops to her knees, she embraces his leg, and she says, "You were right, I am scum. I am trash, and you are my king."
That's great.
And that's how we go off there, because I just feel like she's better in the heel role.
Yeah.
And so
traditionally she has been.
Lance, Lance going full babyface by getting his eye taken out by William Regal.
He's gonna be rocking an iPad, John Moxley style.
Yeah, for let's say for the next few weeks.
Cool.
But Lance is in his home country. He gets all the love. William Regal gets all the hate. She's on the right path.
Yeah.
And like, spoiler, Lance does join the best first generation, because I've already been setting up for months. So it's like it's one of the most logical things ever. So yeah, it's just an eventful show
for sure,
where things are both beginning, ending, and changing all over the map.
Yeah, I'm about to say like 20 things happened on this Smackdown.
Yeah, so the reason I bloodied Hurricane and busted up
Shannon
is because I know where those two will be after SummerSlam, and it's relevant because after SummerSlam, William Regal will be going to Raw, and I will be getting a player that you formerly had, and he will be raising Shannon and Hurricane up to all new levels. And so, yeah, it's good times. And the funny thing about that was, we put so much forethought into it that even his name means hero when translated from native tongue to English. So, yeah.
About to say, at least we think so. This is all according to the internet.
Yeah, according to the internet, Toa means hero/warrior. And so I'll just pop up the picture, because everybody knows that Rosie in real life did team with the Hurricane.
Yeah.
And Hurricane and Shannon Moore were friends from 3 Count, so it's like I put 3 Count and Hurricane and Rosie together as a faction called Koinonis. Or we'll put them together when William Regal moves to Monday Night Raw.
We got some time.
Yeah, it's about 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, it feels right.
But yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Thank you.
Yes, sir.